Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
An 8-year-old boy is put on the wrong school bus.
I just felt like my heart was ripped out of my chest. Like, where's my son?
A mother outraged after he was left to wander the streets of Detroit's East Side. That mistake led to nearly 5 hours of frustration and, of course, fear, as well as 2 police departments searching for the young boy.
And it ended up being a good Samaritan who saved the day. Mara McDonald is live at Barber Prep Elementary in Highland Park. Mara, somehow the school put this boy on the wrong bus.
Kimberly, that's right. And the school district has apologized profusely to the mother in this case. But she tells me, honestly, what happened here has not been explained to her satisfaction. Let me show you.
I was just frantic, absolutely frantic.
Kirsten was waiting to pick up her 8-year-old son Denver at his bus stop yesterday on the city's west side at 6th and Livernois, but the bus never came. She called the school and was told it was just running late. 40 minutes later, nothing.
So I start to drive to other stops.
No sign of him. She calls the school again. Nobody is picking up. She then calls the bus company and gets nowhere. So she goes to DPD. The department pulls the green light footage from the bus stop, which shows no bus stop there. Police call the bus terminal.
That's when she got in contact with his actual bus driver that let me know that my son never got on that bus.
Nobody knew what happened. Because the school is in Highland Park, police told her to try that department as well. Hours later, they figure out he was put on the wrong bus and was dropped off at 7 in Conant, far away from his correct stop on the west side at 6 in Livernois. As everyone is rushing to 7 in Conant, Kirsten gets a call. Denver had made it home.
I got here in about 20 minutes, and my son was standing on the porch. It's like, hi, Mom.
And then here's the whole story.
He was like, I was scared, I was crying, but I'm okay, I'm at home now.
Denver wandered in the 7 in Conant area for hours. No one did a thing until one man stopped and convinced the boy to tell him where he lived.
And the man got on his phone, Googled the area, showed it to him, and brought him here on the city bus.
You think he saved his life?
My son thinks he saved his life. So if my son believes he did, I do too.
Back here live, Kirsten is so incredibly grateful to this Good Samaritan, who is a man in his 30s. His name is Will. She thanked him profusely. He doesn't seem to think he did any big deal here. He told her that he has nephews and nieces that are about that age and that he wouldn't want them out wandering alone. He also says that it took a little bit to get Denver to talk to him because Denver's been told you don't talk to strangers. But in the end, it worked out. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Really did, and thank goodness for Will, Mara. I'm wondering, though, what does the school have to say about all of this now?
Well, the school sent us a statement today that essentially says that it has taken a look at its protocols, its safety protocols when it comes to bus service, and is going to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again.
Yeah,
back to you.
Hope not. Okay, Mara, thanks.
Ford taking center stage tonight at the auto show with the Dearborn automaker unveiling the 2024 Ford Mustang in front of a big crowd at Hart Plaza.
Jason Goldthorpe is there tonight. Jason, when we first learned that the auto show would be moving to the summer, it was these kinds of outdoor reveals that everybody was excited about.
What a difference half a year makes, Kim, because the end of summer auto show, just so many more possibilities than winter auto show. And like you said, open air, great weather, and it was Ford's night. And just when you thought they were done introducing the new Mustang, it had one more surprise for everyone.
The excitement of Ford's night began with what the company called a stampede. Dozens of Mustangs taking over the roads from headquarters in Dearborn to downtown Detroit. That's where hundreds of fans and Mustang owners gathered in Hart Plaza.
The all-new Ford Mustang.
With new colors, stripe packages, interiors, all billed as a total customization for owners. In addition to the new EcoBoost and GT, a cherry on top.
I give it all that I got.
The new Mustang Dark Horse.
First of its name. First new performance series in more than 2 decades.
a new chapter in their storied racing history of Ford Motor Company and Mustang.
The new chapter of Ford racing actually was once written decades ago in the Ford versus Ferrari battle. And that's where Bill Ford says this 500 horsepower machine will run for Ford again.
And tonight I'm announcing that we're going to go back to Le Mans again with this Mustang.
As that announcement drew cheers, the new dark horse left many awestruck. What do you think?
Amazing. Don't know what the right words are to say, but it's probably one of the best Mustangs I've seen so far.
It's probably the best car I've ever seen. I love it. It sounds amazing too.
You're gonna make your dad let you get behind the wheel, sit back there?
I told him to pre-order it already.
Hopefully he gets his wish right, I'm sure Dad. Well, Dad actually works at the Windsor plant, so he can get that discount and pre-order it, hopefully to make his son happy. But if you picked up on the push toward Ford racing, that was clearly a point of emphasis tonight. Lots of different Ford drivers were sprinkled in as part of this, this production to unveil the new Mustang, but that seems to be the vision going forward. Good time, though. We're downtown tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Reviews are strong so far online. It was a hit, and I just love, Jason, the idea of Le Mans again and that mythic sort of return to what you said that we all got caught up in with the movie.
Yeah. From the 60s, and then they did it again, I think in the 80s, a couple decades later, and surprised everyone again, as Bill Ford said, and he said, we're going back. We're going to try and do it again.
Great fun.
They've got the car for it.
Yeah. Wild horses all over town tonight. Really great. Just hours before Ford revealed the new Mustang, President Biden toured the auto show at Huntington Place.
President got a chance to drive some electric vehicles and later announced the approval of funding for 35 states, including Michigan, to build their own electric charging infrastructure.
Look, folks, the great American road trip is going to be fully electrified. Whether you're driving coast to coast along I-10 or on I-75 here in Michigan. Charging stations will be up and easy to find as gas stations are now. We're also going to invest $7 billion to make American car companies and have the batteries and other critical materials they need.
While the auto show opens to the public Saturday, the night before is always one of the biggest parties of the year. We'll have special live coverage of the charity preview Friday night, both on air and on Local 4 Plus. An hour of glitz, glamour, and cars gets underway at 7 p.m.
Well, almost a year after the Oxford High School tragedy, the school board will now search for a new president. In an email to parents, Superintendent Ken Weaver announced board president Tom Donnelly is resigning from the board. As leader of the board, Donnelly declined 3 offers for a third-party review of the shooting by Attorney General Dana Nessel. In May, he said the district was going to move forward with an independent investigation. Unclear exactly when and how the vacancy will now be filled. Following his resignation, though, a group of students and parents known as Change for Oxford released a statement, and it reads in part, after 10 long months without answers, it is my hope that his replacement will take an active lead in beginning the healing process this community so desperately deserves.
We're learning more tonight about a deadly stabbing that led to school lockdowns in Fraser. Late this afternoon, Fraser schools confirmed a Fraser High School student passed away. Police say there was a fight off campus Tuesday afternoon involving a few people in the area of Garfield and Klein. We're told 3 people were stabbed, and now students are in shock. One of their dear friends has been stabbed to death.
He had like the brightest smile, and he had a lot of friends and a lot of freshmen. A lot of freshmen were at school today because they were emotional, and I get that.
We're told that 2 others stabbed are expected to be okay. 3 people remain in custody as prosecutors sort through the evidence. 3 Macomb County schools will reopen tomorrow after being closed today because of a social media threat.
Police tracked down the threat to a 13-year-old student at Carter Middle School. That threat led to canceled classes at Carter, Community High, and Cousino High as well. The teen was taken into custody. Warren Consolidated Superintendent Robert Livernoy put out a statement that reads in part, despite the frustration of these senseless threats, our school safety protocols were initiated overnight and we were able to respond accordingly. Amtrak is canceling all long-distance train routes tomorrow due to a potential freight rail strike. That strike could start as soon as Friday and bring rail traffic across the country to a standstill. About 30% of all of the goods in the United States, everything from cars to groceries, 30% gets to consumers via rail. If an agreement is not reached, it would be the first national rail strike in 30 years.